Trying to keep my fingers. There we go. That's good enough. Ta-da!
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The VSC edition, or the most dangerous show of the week.
All right. This, apart from a dress that I may not wear till the heat wave is over, I might have worn this. This might count for all the dresses, the new ones I have.
What's the other?
The one with the short sleeves that I wore on Saturday with the little keyhole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing short sleeves until the heat dies down a little.
Next week.
I have to go back and look at all the
VSCs.
No, just the sideshows in general to see what I've shown off. This is my last one. It has a belt thing that I'm gonna take off. But ta-da!
We're all dark and broody today.
Oh, look at us. You've got your skull dress on.
I do.
No one can see it.
I know.
Because it's under the... We'll do introductions in a second. So I'm dark and broody plaid. And you're dark and broody skulls.
Skulls.
Ha ha. Okay. That was not planned, by the way. We just got dressed in whatever we felt like getting dressed in. This is what we felt like getting dressed in.
We don't collaborate with our dresses.
We really don't. I was like, oh, maybe I should wait till Thursday because you have the gray... is it lawn you're making with the dress? I always say... I want to say Luan because that's what I used to work with. Anyway. But look, we're coordinated today, so it's okay. Ta-da. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in overcast, but probably going to be muggy and hot today, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. It's going to be cooler today than it is for the next 3 days.
Okay. So it's just going to get worse.
Yes.
It's not going to be cooler than yesterday, though, I don't think.
It is going to be cooler than yesterday.
Oh.
And the next 3 days are supposed to be hotter.
See, my issue is I check the weather when I'm at home, which is a higher elevation than here. So I am not correct in what's going on. I don't prepare well, but you know. Someone was asking, and they may not watch, and you already replied, but they may not watch today. But since you're working on it again today,
yes,
when you have a moment, you can. For people who are wondering what Liz is doing, those little squares, this is how she makes those little squares.
Yep.
It's a pin loom. We have one in the shop. It's not in the online shop. And, that's what she's doing. It's kind of like mini weaving, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. It's smaller than doing the little t-shirt potholder loom thing. You use yarn and a needle, but it's kind of this, instead of, there's more layers to it than just the t-shirt
when you were
thing.
Explaining it, I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then you take your needle and you work up and down and up and down and up and down.
Apparently she likes it because she's been doing it for a while.
Well, I have a Christmas
I know, but,
it
hasn't killed you yet. So
hasn't killed me yet.
Okay. Anyway... So, it was fascinating to hear a little bit more about it yesterday when you were explaining how you wrap the thing, but we're not going to get into that on the show today. So, I thought, because I spent some time last week getting all the new colors up online, so they're there for you to peruse and purchase. I do have to make sure I take mine out of the system, but, that's always a problem. I thought, we showed this guy off yesterday, that we would put Herriot Fine on sale this week. Ooh.
It's so yummy.
It's so yummy. I'm having so much fun with this. And if it wasn't for trying to finish my ranunculus, I'd be a lot further on this. My Dingley Dell top is still on the barber cords that it was on. Kind of makes me want to wear it like this around my neck. It's still on the barber cords, although with my pigtails today, you can't see it. I got to do that. I can put that back behind. There we go. So I haven't made any progress since yesterday on this, but I'm loving these colors together. So this is a really soft fingering weight yarn, and the nylon in it should help give the alpaca some structure. Liz will do stats in a second. But Herriot Fine from Juniper Moon Farms is a yarn that we've loved bringing in because it's so soft. technically you could make socks out of it because of the nylon, but they'd be soft, but they'd probably wear out pretty fast. The nylon wouldn't overcompensate that.
It's very, very soft.
If you want to have really soft socks for like bed or something, which I know Liz doesn't do bed socks.
No, I don't. But
and it's hot out right now, so no one's thinking about that.
There are people that do bed socks. But, like, if you're not on your feet.
Yeah.
You know.
These could be lovely. When you have a chance.
Yes.
Can you do stats for us?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
I
brought in I have 3 projects on needles with the Herriot Fine. And I am currently displaying one of them. This is the Dingley Dell. It is going to be a V-neck short sleeve sweater. My size should only take 3 balls of this, so I'm using 3 different colors. Super cute. And you can see that the sweater, the shoulder shaping, it's top down. So I'm shaping this as I go, and the barber cord's making this pull up, but it should be super cute and like coordinated. I'm very excited about that. So
I have ideas.
You have ideas?
Yeah.
Didn't you already get some?
Ideas?
No, some of this yarn.
Yes, I have some of this.
Do you have ideas for my top or your own thing?
Well, I'm thinking about if I could up the needle size.
I bet you could.
Oh.
You'd have to do some math on that.
I have to do magic math, but, you know.
Anyway. What can you tell us about this yarn, Liz?
Herriot Fine is 75% alpaca and 25% polyamide.
Nylon-ish. Yep. Something synthetic.
Hand wash, lay flat to dry, don't wring. You can lightly iron it, which is interesting.
I would avoid it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it says it's the lowest setting on the iron, like the coolest setting on the iron. Mm-hmm. For 100 grams, you get 459 yards.
So it's kind of like a light fingering, but the fiber will change how much yardage you get. So out of 100 grams. So
I have to move something just to see the crochet sizes. For knitting needles, they're recommending a US 1 to a 3.
Well, I can see the millimeters.
I know, and they're recommending a B to an E hook. Mm-hmm. So a 2.25 millimeter to a 3.5 millimeter hook.
I'm knitting this on, I want to say a 4. Let's see if I can find. Yes, I'm knitting this on a 4. And we'll go over the colors in a minute. I am crocheting. This has been in timeout for a while because I haven't had the right hook for it, but with an E hook. This is, I want to say it's the lace fan shawl. This is crochet. Isn't that pretty? I'm doing this with the red. We'll talk about colors in a second. I need to get back to this because this has been very, very pretty, and I'm still on the first ball. We'll just see. I'm going to see how far one ball gets me, but I already have like a kerchief, and I'm not even through the first game. So, at least I don't think I started.
No, you're on the same ball.
Yeah, because we checked inventory and stuff. But isn't this pretty? And it's so soft. And the last thing, this has been in timeout for a while, but I worked on it once a week or two ago. The first thing I tried, hang on. Boop. Okay. It almost came off the needles.
Thank goodness for sticky.
Right?
It's not like sticky yarn, but the little hairs in the alpaca grab each other. Like mohair.
It's like if we had a knitter who can't really do mohair, and she's like, this might be an alternative. The halo is not as big as mohair. I am doing the Flagstaff shawl, and I'm changing colors in the middle of it. It's meant to be one color. You can see how the next section of lace has like a lot of funkiness going on with the pattern, with a couple of different colors, which as we talk about color names, I'll be like, oh, that's in my, So I'm doing a shawl, 2 shawls, 1 knit, 1 crochet. And this top, I think, is just going to be lovely, especially for like spring and fall, because it's going to be short sleeve. It's
also going to be like a cloud. Yes. A wonderful, yummy cloud.
It's knitting with anything else after knitting with this starts to feel kind of rough. Even merino. So,
it's got that whole really soft
And we brought in like, I want to say 8 colors or something in the very beginning, maybe a little bit more. And we've just recently we refilled on the natural color we were out of, and we got some new colors to the palette, which is why I'm making this lovely top. So I think we have a really good range of colors right now. We don't have all of them, but I like what we have. So, what is the loveliness you have in your hands right now? What do you... I saw that.
Forgetting to check, and
I saw that when we started filming, and I was like, I'm just gonna let it go. Liz can't let it go.
I can't let it go.
Okay, what is the lovely new color, new to us, that you have in your hands?
This is espresso. It is dark, bitter chocolate brown. It is absolutely yummy. In fact, this is what I got with a little bit of the piglet for my sweater.
So let me go to the piglet, which is another new color. And this is a really, really, really soft pink. This is called Piglet. It's wonderful. This is what led to the top I'm making. It has Piglet in it because I was like, I wouldn't make a whole top out of this. Someone will, because it's lovely. But not me, because it's like the same. It's actually lighter than my skin, but I was just like, I will just be like in see-through if I make. And as Liz went, what about these 3 colors together? And I went, ooh, on it. So this is one of the colors in the top that I'm making, which I'll try to keep you updated on its progress. What else you got?
I have my favorite color. It's crimson. It's the color Rebecca's doing her crocheted shawl. Oh, I forgot to mention we are retailing these for $26.75.
But this week until next
15% off.
Don't get people too excited.
I know.
15. This is the crimson right here. You use the code product of the week with spaces between the words, and you can get 15% off on this.
It's a really nice red.
It's a really nice red. It's showing up a little more tomato red than it is in real life on camera. It's just a hair on the purple side of red. Yeah. In my opinion, it's a cooler red. I really like it. Really, really like it. And I don't have enough red in the shop. I was talking about this when I was picking colors for the sweaters for the make-along. And I didn't pick a red for mine. But this is going to fall off my shoulders. But this, if I can ever finish it, would be a lovely red sample for the shop. Okay. Let me go to another color, another new color. And this is my favorite color in what I'm making. This is why Liz put it on my side. This is Pampa Sunrise. It is a beautiful glowing grello. I feel like what I'm seeing on camera is a little bit like more intense bright than it is, but it's still really, really nice. And it's a little heathered. Not all of these colors are heathered, but this one's a little heathered with flecks of a darker green and maybe some yellow and stuff in it. And it is just, grellos have become popular. Chartreuses, things like that have become popular in the past few years. And I hope they stay popular because they're just fun. They're just absolutely fun.
And I think this is the last. No, we have one more new one.
Well, not all of what we've been showing has been new because the crimson's not new.
Well, I know.
But go ahead.
This is graphite, and it's a nice medium gray. It's a little heathered, too.
Yeah, it's as close as we're going to get to a charcoal. It kind of is a charcoal. But it's called graphite. We didn't have a gray before. And the original palette we brought in, we limited the colors we brought in. So we didn't have a gray, but now we do. Yay! The other new color to the palette, since the last time people may have looked at it online, I almost forgot this was a new one. It's called Midnight. And it is more of somewhere between like a royal and an ultramarine blue.
Almost like a classic blue.
Classic, yeah, classic blue. Classic blue is weird. Like this is closer to classic blue, like what Pantone was calling classic blue, right? It's more intense than than a denim, and that kind of thing. And this one, I want to say, isn't very heathery. Like you've got some of the fuzz of the alpaca, but it's a pretty solid color. When classic blue was the color of the year a couple of years ago, it was weird. It was hard to pin down. But yeah, this is, of the colors we have, this fits more into the richer side of the palette.
It's what I think of when I think of blue.
Yes. So that's why classic blue comes to mind, because
It's not
nice
denim. It's not navy. It's not turquoisey. Whatever. It's blue.
Yeah, it's not as like day glow as what I would consider a royal blue, but it's really nice. So it's closest we're gonna come in the palette of this yarn. So what do you want to do next?
This one and the green you have over there, we only have 2 of.
Okay, some of them we have low stock. We didn't we reordered what we're completely out of, and some new colors. So some we have low stock on. Okay, good to know.
This one's sienna, and
it's like a
burnt orange,
a burnt sienna, or almost a terracotta kind of. So it's nice. Yeah, it's on the brown side of, if we're gonna call it a burnt orange, definitely. And this one is asparagus, and it's a nice, like, not olive green, but it's a nice green that is more like asparagus-y. I guess,
Well, it's like an older grass. Like the
new
grello is like
grass.
new grass and old grass. Yeah, it's...
I like it. Yeah, it's a yellow green, but it's definitely more on the green side. So would we call it a green yellow? I forget. Like, the word that comes first is the one that's the stronger color. Like, I had such a problem with that with colors when I was a kid. The red orange and the orange red in the crayon box. I was like, what the heck? But, So this is a warmer, more yellow green than some greens. It's not the grello green, but I like it. I'm a fan of greens. It's kind of like, it's the color I would wear if I wanted my eyes to change and match it. Like, you won't see that from far away. But anyway, what do you want to do next?
I'll do raspberry.
Oh, that's pretty.
Raspberry is a bright fuchsia.
It's like a fuchsia magenta pink.
Yeah.
And it's really hard when I photograph them. Like, these are right next to each other in color order, but I did not put them in the same picture online because
this one's way brighter pinky than that.
But it's hard to have them stand out in photos. So, all right. So this is the last color. This is just classic white. It's Via Blanca, and it's just as close to white as we're gonna get. It's a natural. It's a little off-white. It's a little bit on the warmer side, but without bleaching and stripping a yarn, this is the closest we're going to get to white. And it is one of the colors in my sweater. So we had someone make like a whole baby outfit out of this, and she wanted to make another one, and we were out of it. But if you're making baby stuff, this is not machine washable, but it is super soft. So if you know who it's going to and they can care for it appropriately, this would be lovely. All right. These are the colors that are in my shawl.
These are the colors that are in her shawl, and this one's gold. And it's more like 18 karat gold. It's like
it's kind of burnished gold, right?
Yeah, it's gold, but it's just slightly off from what you would think bright gold is.
I don't know if I'll be color correcting this video at all, but I feel like everything is a little bit warmer or duskier than is showing up on camera right now. But yeah. It's kind of almost a mustardy gold yellow. Yeah. Kind of, yes. And the other color I chose to pair it with because I had 2 skeins that weren't the same dye lot. Like, I started with a sample that doesn't match the current dye lot of the gold. I chose Aegean as my other color, and this is like a nice tealy bluey, it's not blue, it's not green. It's kind of in that teal aqua category. More teal, right?
Yeah.
Would you say? And this one is like the tealy heathery one. We've got one in the Ultra Alpaca too. It almost has like really super subtle hints of pink in it. It's really like you can't even see it on camera, but there's some heathered tones in there that blend when you're looking at it, but it's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. And it's a lighter blue teal color. So
Verbena.
It's a lovely purple.
It is.
And I would call that like an eggplant purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
almost like Bernie's Spanish eggplants that he grew.
Yeah. Like not a dark eggplant. This is, you can hopefully tell by looking at the video that it's a lighter purple, but it's not a lavender. It's way darker than lavender, but it's not as dark as like, a super dark.
It has
eggplant.
the red undertones
Yes.
of an eggplant.
I was like, there's some reason I'm thinking eggplant when I look at this, and that's a good call on that. So, the last downpour. Now this is a like mid-range, like somewhere between classic blue, not quite denim blue. Downpour. It really is kind of like a dark rain. You know, there's little the heather of this almost has flecks of purple in it, but it's more of like a mid-tone blue.
It's a little darker than a denim-y.
Yes. It's not as intense as the new blue, the midnight we brought in. So it's closer to denim, but it's not as like faded as I would consider a denim blue to be, but it's close. So I think this is just a lovely palette. I think it's wonderful, and I wish I could sit and knit or crochet with this all day because it's so soft. But we have other things we have to do today. We have other tasks for the shop. I have lessons, stuff. So stay tuned, because once I finish my ranunculus, which I'm down to the last little bits on, I will probably be working on this again because it's so lovely.
I have that.
That hole is what you're going to work on? Okay.
Yes. If the hole has been shifting all week. So
shifting. She's rearranging and making the pretty wall look extra pretty, and I have so many things to do, but it's all good. I have a lot of computer stuff to do, and I'd like to update the listings for the virtual make-alongs, like to clear up some questions, hopefully, and stuff. So some of these
lesson today.
Yeah, some of what I'm working on and trying to finish or make progress on is because as soon as the autumn make-along starts, I'm going to be focusing on those sweaters. Not exclusively, but close to. So it's going to start 3 new sweaters.
At least until the color work is done.
Well, yeah. Then I'll get bored and work on other things.
I wanted to mention that last night on Knit Night that, you were like, I'm going to do 3 sweaters. And I was like, how about 3 yokes? That's what you're going to do.
No, because each sweater is going to be for a different format, and there's lessons that get to the next parts of them. I'm at least going to get to sleeve separation.
She's going to have 3 sleeve separated yokes.
And then on stitch holders, and then show people how to get the sleeves and put those on stitch holders, and then we'll see when I get finished. I would like to challenge that assumption. It is a good assumption, but I am going to try to actually get these sweaters done. Because, anyway.
Because, the fun part is the color work.
Well, yeah.
And then the rest of it is...
One of them has color work throughout the whole thing, though, so ha ha ha.
So you'll get 1 done.
That is a probably accurate assumption, but I'm going to try to defy that assumption. So, okay. We have to go. We get things done. So, it's good to see everybody.
Questions for tomorrow.
Yes, if you have questions for Dear Becky and Lizzie, you're going to email
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
We might be showing how we pack packages tomorrow.
Yes.
And we might be attempting to show how to use barber cords tomorrow. The angle might not be good on that, but we'll see what we can do. And to see how well they work with wood, because I think one of our viewers was having issues with wood, which could be the point or could be the material. Not sure. We're going to see what happens. So we'll try some experiments if we're able to.
Size of the needle could come into play.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with tips and stuff. So
issues.
If we can, we'll address them. If you have other questions, let us know, and we'll get through what we can tomorrow. Bye!
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
Why'd I come around this way?
You just can't help it.
I have it.